Hello, good evening, everybody. I'm just going to wait for everybody to tune in because we've got a very special guest today. I've got Shibani Dandekar who'll be joining me in just a bit. I'll just let everybody come in together on the platform. And what a day it's been today because I started the morning with Pat Cummins and now I've got Shibani. Awesome. Hi guys. Hello, hello, hello. Hi Kashyap. Hi Naresh. Hi AJ, Athira. Good evening, good evening, good evening, guys. Perfect. I'm just gonna send Shibani a request and let's see if she's here. Okay. Okay. Sorry, this is taking a bit of time, Shibani. Mm, yep. All right. So I am just sending Shibani a request. Let's just. I don't know if she's got it. Yeah, I think I've sent her a request. She should be joining us in here. Hi, Shibani. I think you can. Okay.
Hi.
Hello. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I am good. So I've never
Good.
really got myself to formally introduce myself to you. But we met during the Cricket World Cup. You were
I
hosting the,
remember. I do remember you. I remember you. So that's why it's totally fine.
and
Did we
also,
did we meet during the NBA as well?
yes, you did come for the NBA, but that was not my show. That's my co-anchor's show. It was
Ah,
Manas who was hosting it. But
okay.
yeah, we've got cricket and NBA in common.
We do. Yeah. Lovers of sport. I like that. Have you
Lovers of
seen
sport.
have you seen The Last Dance?
Yes, I have. I
Oh my
have.
God,
I
isn't it incredible?
It is incredible. I'm still hooked on to the last two episodes. I've not got there yet.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. So once you watch that, then we'll talk because it's really
Yes,
good. Yeah.
yes, yes. And also we've got Pune in common. But I wanted to
I,
know,
yeah. So you're from Pune?
yep, I've lived in Pune for like 16 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I was born there. I've never technically lived there, but I was born there and my entire family's there. So I have a huge connection with the city for sure.
Really, where do you live in Pune?
So my family lives near Deccan, just like near Ferguson College Road.
Yep.
So, I grew up like kind of having Bhel at Kamla Nehru Park and, visiting my grandfather who lived like right across the street from there. So it's like really nostalgic to go back to Pune for me, because a lot of my childhood memories of India are, kind of there.
Yes. So I've got
Bombay
plenty of
never
private
really
memories
factored in
myself.
the picture until later, so it was always Pune.
Yeah. Pune is my favorite city as well. I started my schooling there. That was my dad's first posting when I was born. So Pune's got
Um,
everything for me. Did my engineering from there. So Pune has been really, really nice.
and you still live there?
No, I don't still live there. But
Ah, yeah.
my brother lives there yet, but I don't
Right,
live there.
right, right.
Awesome. So Shivani, we're gonna make this really quick, really rapid. I know you're short
Okay.
on time, and I'm
Hmm.
really thankful to you that you agreed to do this.
Of course, of course.
So how is quarantine treating you?
It's interesting. I mean, it's definitely. What do you say about this time? It's so strange, for some of us, it's an opportunity to maybe use the time wisely to reset, reboot, really reflect on what's important. Maybe use it to like pick up a new skill or work on something that we haven't had time to do before. And then you think about others who battle like, the struggle of being able to lock down in a manner that allows them to do that, with a roof over their head and food on the table. And there's such a disparity that there are days where I just feel so guilty, thinking about, you feel that pressure of, oh my God, I should do something with this time, like whether it's read more or play more music, or and then you have those like guilty pangs when you're thinking about other people who
Yeah.
don't have that luxury. So I mean, it's so strange. I don't even know what to make of it, really. It's hard to kind of navigate and think about what the new normal is going to be, and But for the most part, it's kind of I've used the time to really just kind of reset.
Yeah,
There's just so much happening in life otherwise, that to just
yeah.
be home, especially for us when we're traveling, like from game to game, sport to sport, one job to the next, like to have some like peace at home is always nice.
Yeah, yeah, it is an
Yeah.
interesting time. I was telling the other day, a friend of mine, that I have so much to complain about, but whenever I see the news and see what's going on in the world, I just feel my problems are nothing as compared to what's going on.
Right. So sometimes you
Yeah,
feel like, oh my God, I need to get out of this house. I'm like going crazy. I need to do something. And then you put all of that into perspective and understand that really what are your problems. So,
yeah,
I mean, it's nice. It kind of forces you to think things through and maybe be a bit more rational about it.
yeah. So, Shivani, earlier this day, I like put up a question as to what would you guys like to ask Shivani, and I've got
Okay.
like a set of 11 questions. So I'll
Let's
shoot
do
them
it.
out,
Okay.
and let's start with it. One thing that
Okay.
even I want to know: how did your IPO journey start? Did you audition for it, or the
I
opportunity just
did.
landed?
So I was doing this show for AXN, and the producers of that show happened to be friends with people at Sony who had put feelers out that they were looking for female anchors for the next season. And the producer that I was working with, Amir, at the time, um, he said to me that you should audition for IPL. Sony has called and said that you should try and go on. And I said, are you crazy? There's just no way, because I mean I knew about cricket growing up in Australia, but I wasn't very well versed with the T20 format. Um, and I mean, even though I had watched IPL for a few seasons before that, but it was just I didn't know if I had the capacity to kind of talk about the game and be a live presenter. Like you record stuff and you say links to camera and it's cool. But then all of a
Yeah,
sudden, like you're doing stuff live from the ground with this like insane sound from the stadium. Um, and so I had auditioned for it and I just thought, I'm never going to get this. Um, and they called and they said, we'd like you to do it. And I think when I got that news, I
yeah,
was so freaked out. I think for a month I had trouble sleeping, I had trouble eating. And it's funny because on the first day of my first game, I just thought, you know what, screw it. I can't be this nervous anymore. If this is career suicide, then so be it. But this is everything, like all, roads have led me to this path. I'm here, like I've just got to make the best of it. I mean, thankfully it worked out well, but it was
yeah.
it was kind of crazy. I never expected to be hosting the IPL, to be honest.
Wow. I think
Yeah.
I had a very similar story when I got the opportunity to host the NBA. So I had hosted basketball before. I did UBA, and when I got the NBA, the particular proverb, be careful what you wish for, kept ringing in my ear because,
Yeah.
watching the NBA is a different thing, but to actually host and talk about a game
Yeah.
that you don't have a lot of people playing it around you, and you suddenly start speaking about a totally different set of players and a set of different audience, a very niche and, very active audience. That was
Mm.
quite a thing. So I see your
Yeah,
point.
and sports fanatics, depending on the
Oh,
sport, they're like it can be quite brutal. I mean, it's nothing compared to football, but you've got to know your stuff, right? And it's sometimes I know I had like mistakes and I would just get like killed on Twitter for it because people would just say that's not the right name or that's not the right score. So but these things happen in a life situation.
that's fine. Moving on. Everybody's asking about your stint on Four Shots Only. I have seen the entire series. You were
Oh, you saw
beautiful.
it.
Yep,
Thank
you were
you.
beautiful, superb acting. I
Thank
loved your
you.
character. And are you
Yeah.
coming to the next series?
I don't know because like season three is, I mean, obviously it's been announced, but if now with whatever is going on, I'm not really sure. So Shunta is making a return in season three. They've kind of left it open. So hopefully, I really hope that she gets to go back because I feel like she has so much more to do. Um, but it was a really nice character to play because I mean, even though you have 3 or 4 scenes, you're given enough in terms of that you can show that she's not just like a one-dimensional character. Like I had many different types of scenes for her, so it was nice to be able to perform those and just kind of for a change, just really sink my teeth into the whole acting thing because I've done stuff in the past. It's
Yeah.
just been like blink or miss, or I played like the NRI friend, or I played something very cliche and standard. But Sushmita was a cool character to play because she was layered and she had issues going on and she factored into the story well. And people have responded nicely to her, so I'm kind of happy about that.
Well, a lot of people are responding right now also very nicely. They're saying you rocked at Four More Shots, Please Season 2.
Thank
There were a
you.
lot of comments coming in for Four More Shots, so I have to say it was a great character also. Yes, this independent woman, the strong independent woman, and then comes across this thing in personal life, the way she deals it. I love the character.
Yay.
Loved
Good.
it.
Thank you.
I have a lot of girls asking you for your beauty regime. What do you follow like on a daily basis?
Well, I mean, I think just as a part of my life, I try to work out every day. Um, well, I'm right now I'm working out twice a day, but in normal life, whatever normal is now, I work out about 5, 6 times a week, one day off. And I think it's just about eating right, just try and put clean, good stuff into your system. Take care of your skin. I don't have like I have a lot of like open pores and blemishes and stuff. So I try to really take care of my skin. There's a lot of makeup that happens. Keep it as hydrated as possible. Um, I get asked this question all the time because I feel like it's a question that girls always want to know from people in the industry what their secrets are or like what their beauty regime is. It's about really just figuring out, I think personally, and this is how I've done it, figuring out what works for you, because you can like pass on all the tricks of the trade, but the thing is you've got to try them out for yourself and you've got to kind of filter through what is working for you and what isn't. So there's a
Yeah.
lot of trial and error involved. Like if I tell you like 5 beauty products that you absolutely have to use, they may not work for you,
Yeah.
because it may not work for your skin tone or may not work for your hair or may not work for your body. So I think it's just about making that effort on and like making that decision to be healthy and look after yourself, and then just try to pick up like tools from different people and see what works for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Because we're talking about fitness. This morning I was hosting this particular chat show for Sony
Mm.
with Pat Cummins, the world
Okay.
number one best
Yeah.
bowler. And
Yeah.
he said that push-ups is not my thing. So I asked him, how many push-ups can you do? And he said 10. I'm going to ask you the same question. How many push-ups can you do
In one go?
in one go?
I don't know if I've really tried in one go because you always kind of do them in sets of 10 or sets of 15. I'm gonna, I'm probably gonna say if I really had to push it, maybe 15. Sorry, Pat, but maybe 15.
That's not going to be happy to hear that. Okay, moving on. What's your favorite sport?
Oh, someone asked me this today, in another interview that I was doing. Uh, it's a tough one. I really enjoy watching football. And obviously I love cricket, but I'm probably gonna have to say basketball.
Basketball. Really?
Yeah, yeah. Football or basketball to watch for me, those two sports. I mean, having said that, I think it was it last year where we were watching the World Cup and then the tennis final on the same day.
Yes, yes,
Oh
yes.
my God, what a
2019
great sporting
was a
final
great
that
day.
was.
Yep.
So, I mean, two completely different sports, cricket and tennis. I love sport. I mean, you know what this feels like to like be a huge fan of sport, but um, it's a, I guess I just love the pace of basketball
Yeah.
more than
You have a
anything.
favorite team?
Football is also one of my favorites to watch. Yeah.
You have a favorite team in the NBA?
Um, no, I don't currently have a favorite team. But I mean, after watching The Last Dance, I kind of wish that I had paid more attention when I was in high school because I
Yeah.
remember all of this happening with the Chicago Bulls. This was when I was in
Yeah.
high school. And I remember it happening like in the background of
Yeah.
like my life.
Yeah.
But I wish I'd paid more attention to it now. But I mean, wow, what this team has done for the NBA and the recognition that it has worldwide now is just phenomenal.
So I've been hosting 3 seasons of the NBA, and when I saw The Last Dance, and there were posters out that the 90s era of basketball was the best era, and I agree to that. I
Yeah.
agree to that. The thing that Michael Jordan did for basketball then, I mean, we've got Kevin Durant and Stephen Curry and LeBron James and everybody. But Michael Jordan is Michael Jordan. You can't take
Yeah,
that
and
away.
I think it was just a different time as well, so it's also just about the kind of access that you have to games, to players. It's not all at the click of a button and on social media, and it's just a completely different time. So just for him to kind of create
Yeah.
this, image and create this awareness of the league and of himself, it was just incredible to do that without like social media and all these other tools. But I
Yep.
mean, he's just
I'll
made
move
it what
on
it
to the
is.
next one. I'll move on to the next one. Um, Favorite cricketer. Did you get to know a cricketer on field really well? And is there a favorite
Yeah,
like that you
got to know well in the sense like we had fun, because
yeah.
there wasn't a lot of like off the field time to kind of hang. But you speak to them so often that I remember, oh God, the West Indian players were just so much fun.
Yeah.
Um, uh, I would have to say if I had to pick my favorite, it would have to be De Villiers.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
there's just something about his entire approach to the game, the way that he would be before he came out to bat, just to watch him play
Yeah.
was incredible. Monty Mockle was a lot of fun. Jack Callis was a lot of fun. Um, who else? Chris Gale was fun. All like there were so
Yeah.
many of them. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
The AB is a
Oh,
good choice
Ashish
because
Nehra was hilarious. He was always so
oh
much
yeah.
fun to hang with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sony does this thing on Ashish Nehra called Nehra Ji Kehte Hain.
Oh,
Yeah. But
yeah.
ABD is a good choice because if you like all sports, the man can play literally every sport.
Yeah, and
So
there was this focus that he had, like it was contained. He was very restrained. Like he would just get out there and he would just play.
awesome. I'll move on to the next one, though I spoke about Pune, but there are a lot of Pune fans and there are a lot of people who loved your stint in Marathi cinema. They're asking you to say something in Marathi, but I'm not sure. Do you speak
Always.
Marathi?
I do. Do you?
Oh, perfect.
Do you speak?
माझा मराठी इतकं छान नाहीये पण मी
Oh,
बोलू शकते.
पण तू बोलू शकतेस. पण आता तू किती वर्ष पुण्यात राहतेस? म्हणजे राहत होतीस? How long were you staying in Pune?
I understand Marathi really well,
Oh, yeah.
but 16 साल लेकिन स्टिंट्स में पापा का
That's not
ट्रांसफर
bad.
शिमला हो गया फिर बॉम्बे हो गया तो
Yeah. Not
but
bad.
your Marathi is clean. Your Marathi is
Thank you.
clean. Most memorable moment for you on the cricket field?
Oh, I had so many. I think interviewing Yuvraj after his battle with cancer and when he came back, I was pretty nervous before doing that interview. I think that was a huge moment. That was really nice. I think any interview where I got to speak to Sachin because it was just nice to chat to him.
Yeah,
It was just something that I think he was someone that people wanted to hear from. So I was very lucky that I got to do some of those interviews. So that was cool. Danced with Shahrukh on the field. That was fun. Um, oh, I had so many fun moments. I don't think that people realize that when I like given this incredible job and you're like sitting behind that boundary line and you've got the best seat in the house and you're watching
yeah,
all of this like action in front of you, the adrenaline that's pumping, like, and you do it for 4 years, it's so hard to like pick a moment because you've
yeah,
got all those like last ball game finishes that you are right there for. Like, like you are like just like you're biting your fingers and it's so good. It's so,
yeah,
so good. So I can like rattle off all these moments with players, but I feel like there were a lot of like games that were just, I mean, obviously I can't like recollect now, but there were a
yeah,
lot of games that were like last ball finishes that were just so exciting to watch.
yeah. I think as a presenter, when I started doing cricket, my favorite moments came with the fans. But the
Mm,
players, of course, there were plenty, but the kind of energy that the fans got, and I started with
yeah.
the India tours. So I had the Bharat Army travel everywhere. It was crazy to see the dedication of the fans they had for the sport.
So
As
cool.
a viewer back home, I knew that the nation loved cricket. When I went to the field, I realized, okay, this is not love. This
Yeah.
is this
This
is
is,
something
yeah.
else.
Yeah, yeah. They're passionate to another level, you know. It's so nice to see. It's so nice to see that we have a sport that we are so we love so much and give so much attention to. And yeah, I mean, you've got to be dedicated if you're sitting in those stands during April and May in that heat. You've 100% got to be dedicated to the game.
You have to be dedicated. In fact, I remember when you were hosting the Cricket World Cup, it was raining.
Yes,
I
it
I
was
remember
in
that.
Manchester, right? Yeah.
No, this was in London. The opening ceremony was
Oh,
happening
the
right in
opening
front of the
ceremony. Yes,
Buckingham.
yes, yes, yes,
Yep.
yes. Oh, I thought you meant the game that I came to see in Manchester.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were doing the opening ceremony, you know, the day before. It was a live show, so we had like a full like rehearsal, and the sun was shining. It was actually a bit warm. We were like, yes, tomorrow's going to be such a great day. Opening of the World Cup. The next day, it is just pouring.
Yeah.
And the whole show was just, I mean, we were just, what do you do? You've just got to keep going until the show goes on, right? But it was really fun. It was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of
Yeah.
fun. Right. I'll move on. Is there an IPL team that you support?
Um, I
Now
used to, I used to
you can
support
pick one.
Hyderabad quite a bit
Okay.
because um, it just so worked out that one of the seasons, for some reason, most of my games were we try to like move around as much as we can, right? So you get to cover different teams, and you get to speak to different players, and there's just like a different equation that happens. Um, but as it turned out, one of the seasons I ended up following Hyderabad around quite a bit. And when that happens, you form like a bit of an attachment to the team, even though you're not supposed to. But yeah, I would probably pick them. Yeah.
So it is Hyderabad.
Yeah.
Um, what's
And the
next?
Pune Warriors, when they were around, I did support them for a little bit too.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
What's next for you? What is, if you can share that?
I have a web show coming out on Hotstar. Although I can't
Yeah.
say what it is, it'll be out in the next few months. So I'm excited about that. Got to play a completely different character to what Sushmita is. So that's nice. Beyond that, I don't really know anymore because of what's going on. I really don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. I think we're all kind of in the same position, just waiting to see what is happening, and you know what work really means. You know, after this,
Yeah.
it's all
Yeah.
going to
Yeah.
change for sure. Yeah,
At this time, if I ask someone like, "What's next?" and that person can say with this confidence that 2 महीने में ये shoot करने वाले हूँ, that person's God. This
yeah,
is that's the
exactly.
situation you're in. Yeah.
You just don't know now. Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of
Last
nuts.
but not least, which song are you listening to on repeat? And if you could, I saw you sing to your little dog.
Yeah,
I
that's
what
the
did he
one.
call
That's
it?
the one I've been listening to on repeat at the moment.
Oh, could you sing
Yeah,
us two lines?
yeah, I can. I've been here before, and my heart was falling on the floor. I made my rules. Love is not for room. I don't know. I've forgotten the words. Wait, what is it? I've been here before, and my heart was open on the floor. I made my rules, and I'm not for fools. You know what? I've just forgotten all the
This
words.
is beautiful. This is
Something
really
like
beautiful.
that. I will record it and put it out on Instagram soon. But that
You
was just a
have a
terrible.
lovely voice.
Thank you.
I have to say that your social media profiles and in general as a person that you are, you're such a complete person. You're into music, you're into sports, um, acting, modeling. You know about fashion, you know about beauty, and there's a list of things. I also saw your travel blog on cricket on Australia. I think you did one during the
Yes,
Indian Women's Day.
I did something for Australian tourism, where I was traveling around Australia, and I'm from Australia, but it was a month of just kind of stuff for the was it for the, it was leading up to a tournament. I can't remember what it is now.
Yeah, it was the Indian tour of Australia just before that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was leading up to that, and it was really fun. I got to travel around all over Australia and just kind of, shoot all the touristy sites and do stuff with cricketers, and it was fun. It was really cool. So yeah, there is like, it's like when you have so many different interests and you're able to kind of cater to all of them in terms of like really pay attention and do stuff, whether it's singing or whether it's dancing or whether it's, acting and stuff, or whether it's presenting. It's nice, it's nice to have the opportunity to like change things up a little bit. I want to say hi to Ashria, who's there online. She had a birthday recently. So
okay. Happy birthday, Ashria. Is there a message that you have for the fans? And
what is my message for you guys? Thank you, first of all, for joining this chat. Thank you to Ridhima for inviting me here. Thank you so much. It was lovely to finally meet you like this. I think at the moment it is just important to stay safe, and we will all get through this, and we will figure out a way. Just stay strong. And I'm sending you guys lots of love and hoping to keep you all entertained with songs on Instagram that I remember the words to.
Thank you so much, Shibani.
Thank you so much, Ridhima. This was so nice.
It was lovely. See you.
See you soon.
And I hope to see you in person live very soon.
Yes, for sure. You're in Bombay?
Yep, I live in Bombay.
Okay, perfect. So when this is over then?
Done deal.
Done.
I'm going to see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye. See you. Bye.
All right. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm going to try and do more Insta lives. I have realized that everybody loves them, and I get a lot of messages saying that when are we doing the next live? When are we doing the next live? So I'm going to start tuning into that more. But it was lovely having Shibani here. I see a lot of comments here. Both of you are sports presenters. Yep, there are a lot of things that were common. Sports, Pune especially. I love that city. And is there any other question that you guys have? If you guys have not seen the Pat Cummins interview, you should go and check it out. It's on Sony Sports India's Facebook page. It was a lovely chat. We spoke about this WhatsApp group, which is the Fast Bowlers Carter, where Pat Cummins told us about what does the DP and the profile picture of that WhatsApp group looks like. It's a WhatsApp group of all the fast bowlers from Australia. You must go and check it out. All right then. Bye-bye, and thank you so much for joining in. Let me see if somebody else is... I saw Stephen Bin out here a couple of minutes ago. But I guess I'm going to take him in another live chat. See you around. Bye-bye.